What's up humans, I've got something to tell you. I'm gay. Welcome back to my channel everybody, my name is Devotion. If you haven't heard about me yet, just feel free to subscribe so you won't miss out on my future videos. So, let's talk about the International Coming Out Day because it's right around the corner, and to be honest with you, all these coming out videos on YouTube are my favorites because I just like to hear from you guys. I like to hear other people's stories and how the family reacted, how the friends reacted and stuff like that. I was just thinking to myself, maybe I should create my own version of this video, so let's get into it. I grew up in a very small town in Eastern Europe, in Hungary, and back in those days we didn't have Instagram or Tumblr. In fact, we didn't even have internet when I was a child, so I was watching all these movies on TV, and my first ever crush was Simba from The Lion King. Obviously it wasn't like a sexual desire towards the lion Simba. It was more like a personality crush towards him, you know what I mean? And my second crush was Hercules, but not from the Disney movie. He was from a TV series that was called Hercules, I guess. And he was so strong and muscly, and I always had this fetish towards superheroes that they can just save me and lift me up and fly away. And obviously not Hercules because he can't fly, but other superheroes like Batman, Superman, they were always my favorites on the screen. So that was the time when I was around 11 or 12 when I started to realize that something is unusual when it comes to sexual attraction, because I'm not attracted to girls, I'm attracted to boys and the personality of boys and the physical bodies and everything. But back in those days I just kept it all for myself, I didn't tell anyone. But obviously I was a little bit bullied in school because, hello, look at me, I'm gay as hell. So people started to tell me like,
are you gay or what?
And stuff like,
are you a boy or a girl?
So jokes aside, back in those days I had a lovely friend, her name was B, and we still keep in touch because we love each other so much. We are like the typical childhood friends, you know. And she was the first person I came out to when we were around 16 or 17 because we were watching this TV series, Queer as Folk, and I was really in love with that TV series. It was such a remarkable moment in my life to watch all 5 seasons because it really helped me accept myself as a gay person and to just see that gay people are so people and they have life and they have struggles and they have problems. So it's an amazing TV series. I can only recommend it for you guys. So I remember when we were watching it, B told me that she doesn't really know how to handle the fact if I would come out to her. So I was like, oh no girl, I'm never gonna come out to anyone, I'm gonna keep this for myself, I'm gonna move to the US, leave this fucking country and to just like live my own life. So I was a little bit scared, but I don't know why she said that. I think she was just a little bit scared because, as I said, we lived in a small town and she didn't really have any personal experience with gay people before, so only from the TV screen, which is totally different. But then a few months later I decided to break the ice, and I don't know what happened, maybe we were tipsy or something, we were just walking home on the street, it was dark already, and I just told her that, B, I need to tell you something. I have a massive crush on Nick Jonas and I'm in love with him. And then we bursted out in tears. Obviously she figured out that I'm gay. I started the typical bullshit of, oh, I'm attracted to boys as well, but not just girls, you know, like I'm bi, because it's like kind of like trendy to be bisexual, but it's kind of like a shame to be gay. I don't know, that was the thing back then. So I started telling her that, but obviously by the years I accepted myself as a gay person and she figured it out that I'm not bi, I'm gay. Actually, coming out to B was extremely smooth. So let's move on to the next person, which was my mom. Oh my god. So as I mentioned, we lived in a very small town, and if you haven't heard about Hungary before, it's in Eastern Europe and it's a post-communist country, so it was very conservative back then. Even today it's very conservative. People don't really tolerate if you are unique or you're different than them. I was just texting to B on MSN Messenger, oh my gosh, massive throwback. But yeah, we were just chatting and she's asking me like, did you just come out to your mom? And I'm like, no, why? And she says, well, okay, because everyone in town is talking about that you came out to your mom and your mom is crying every day because she can't accept the fact that you're gay. You know, like these village people always have to have something to gossip about. I was like, oh lord. So she told me that, well, you better come out now because if you don't come out to her, then she's gonna find out from someone else in town. And I'm like, okay, let's get over with this. So I just asked her, Mom, can we have a minute please? And she said, yeah, of course. So we went into the other room, just privately, the two of us, and I told her that, you know, Mom, I was watching this TV series about these American gays, and the thing is that I'm really interested in their lifestyle because I was noticing that I'm also attracted to boys and not to girls. And then she was really shocked. Obviously, she was not expecting this. I don't know why. She told me that it's okay, honey, it's just a phase, it will pass. And I'm like, no, this is not how it works, Mom. So she was not crying or whatever, but I think later on she had her own emotional moments about it because in her own world, this is totally unacceptable because she goes to church every Sunday, she prays, like she was raised with very Catholic values, and it's not that she hates gays, it's just she hasn't even met a gay person before, and the first gay person she met was her own son. So it was extremely shocking to her. And since that day, everything changed. We didn't really talk about my personal life, to be honest, just a little bit. Actually, yeah, I told her some stuff about my dating experiences, but that was it. She needed like a massive 2 or 3 years to just like process this information and accept it. And later on, she was the one who told my dad because, I don't know, I just wasn't close to my dad, so I didn't even feel that I should come out to him, you know? And just one day my mom is telling me that, oh, by the way, I told Dad. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But it was actually a positive experience because I didn't notice anything on my dad's behavior that something would change or something, you know? So he was acting normal, so I think he wasn't hating on me or something. So if I would have to rate my coming out to my mom, it would be a massive 6 out of 10. I know that some people have way worse experiences, especially when they are growing up in a religious family like I did. But I think it was alright. However, coming out to my sister was definitely not alright because she's also very religious. We have a massive generation gap between us. She's way older. Actually, she already has her own family. So when I came out to her, she wasn't really accepting about it. But for you to understand, I need to just tell you a little bit of a backstory. So my mom was not planning to have more child after my brother and my sister, right? So she had some kind of birth control in her womb, which I don't know the English name of, but it was very trendy back then. It was like a plastic object in the womb, which doesn't allow the fetus to start to grow. So she had that in her womb, but somehow she got pregnant. So the doctor told her that we either take out that birth control or we either take out the baby. So my mom told the doctor that, okay, I'm gonna keep the baby, just please take out the birth control, okay? So I came out to my sister, hey sis, I'm gay, and she told me that if mom would have known this, maybe she would have chosen the birth control over me. So it was actually not a nice experience to hear this from your own sister, and we definitely lost touch a little bit. We don't really talk as often as we used to be. You know, just considering the lifestyle of my sister, the fact that she teaches religious education in school and she's massively religious. She actually plays the organ, the instrument, in the church. Considering all these factors, I don't blame her. Obviously, we still love each other because we are siblings, and whenever we meet, we're like, oh hi, how are you, how's life? But we just don't talk about my personal life, you know, that's it. But actually during these times I started to come out in high school as well to my friends and to my roommates. Oh, by the way, I was in boarding school, so I had roommates, and they were all very positive about it. But back in those days I was already like 18-ish. I think it's also like a generation thing because in my parents and in my siblings' generation it was not really a thing to like have gay people around. But today is totally different. You can see gay people in the media, in the magazines, on the internet, everywhere. If I look back to these years right now, I'm very glad that I made this step and that I came out to my friends and to my family, because I think it's just better to be honest with them, and also you're not fooling them in a way, because unfortunately in today's world, if you are being born with a penis, you're expected to get married, you're expected to get a job and like support your family and like produce kids and stuff like that. So I just wanted to break the ice to them, like I'm not gonna do that, you know. Always be true to yourself, guys, and just always believe in yourself. And if someone doesn't accept you, if someone doesn't accept yourself, your goals, your ambition, who you are, just fuck them. It's just that easy. So that was my little story time video on how I came out to my friends and to my family as a gay person. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends if you want it. And yeah, also catch me on Instagram and Tumblr. All the links are down below, and I see you next time. Bye!